My name is Ray Mabus, and in the early 70s I was a naval officer aboard a cruiser in mainly the North Atlantic. 37 years after I left the Navy, I became Secretary of the Navy, which is the civilian head of both the Navy and the Marine Corps. My journey with Crohn's started, as I suspect a lot of people have, with an emergency. I had had some symptoms that I now look back on and know that it was Crohn's, but I thought it was just some passing pain or maybe stomach flu or something like that. But I had gotten out of the Navy. I was in law school, my first year in law school, and got a really, really terrible stomachache one day. They sent me to Peterbilt Brigham Hospital, where I was diagnosed with a ruptured appendix. Emergency surgery was done that night. Turned out there was nothing wrong with my appendix. I learned that I had Crohn's when I woke up the next day. I spent about a week in the hospital, got out, started my classes again, relapsed. I lost a semester of law school from that, and for 7 years I was in and out of hospitals. I probably was in the hospital 50 times in those 7 years because of intestinal blockages, because of just the symptoms of Crohn's, the things that happened to you. It was a terrible disease. I had no idea what Crohn's disease was. It was called ileitis then. That was what most doctors referred to it as. No clue as to what that meant. And it still is, in a lot of ways, a misunderstood disease. But then it was sort of completely misunderstood. And I guess the thing that I've learned in my, again, incredibly fortunate life is this is something that you can live with. And this is something that should not limit you at all. You can live with Crohn's. You can do whatever you need to do with Crohn's. It's not the easiest thing to do, but it is so possible, partly because the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation has done such great work. They have, with all the research, with all the education, they've made so many advances since I was diagnosed, so many advances in medicine, so many advances in surgical techniques, so many advances in lifestyle and how you can accommodate these things. I've been very lucky. I have not had a recurrence of my Crohn's since surgery, but I have had the side effects, but it's something you can plan for. It's something you can deal with. I'm not sure that when I got the diagnosis that I ever thought I would be able to do the things that I have been fortunate enough to do. You may not beat Crohn's, but you can sure make it a small part of your life. With all the things that are at your disposal now, take advantage of that. If I can get one person to read about it or to get in touch with the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation, to get on their newsletter and on their website and learn what these things are, and support groups that are out there now that I never had. What a great thing to be able to do. Paying this disease back in a way. We can beat you. It doesn't have to overwhelm you. It doesn't have to control your life. It doesn't have to define who you are. You can take control of your life. You've got a lot of help now. Yes, it's serious. Yes, it's chronic a lot of times, but there are so many things that you can do to manage it, and there's so many things you can do to get on with your life the way you want to.